simple person. I'm as simple as they come. That's just the best way to describe me. They call me workaholic. I don't know if I'm a workaholic or not, but I do what I do to survive. You know, all legal, by the way. But I like to, you know, I'm an idea person. I like to create new ideas, work on it, and keep busy for the most part. I'm very passionate, so always seems as if whatever I do, I'm always into it. It's not like I'm always into it, but I'm just passionate about things that I get myself involved in. And that's it in a nutshell, a simple businesswoman.
But you don't give us the real names. Is it Tony Payne, the real name?
The real name, my full real name is Antonia Payne.
And you state of origin,
Ogun State.
family background.
No, Ogun State. Both parents, Ogun State. Yeah.
Nigerian.
I don't. It's Nigerian now.
Anyway, you use Tony Payne concept. What's Tony Payne concept all about?
Tony Payne concept is very simple. It's an entertainment consulting outfit. We do publicity, PR. We do artist management. Just a whole lot of things. We kicked off an online radio last year, but we revamped it this year, 2012. We're trying to make 2012 our year, yes. What else? Just anything entertainment based. We also act as a liaison for corporate entertainment. Let's say you're a corporate organization, for instance, and you want to book an artist, you can come to us and say, okay, you know what, negotiate on our behalf. We're not a direct agency per se, but as a liaison, kind of like a softer side of things, you know. What got me really interested in artist management was I have a PR background, fine. I did PR when I was in the States, in college. While I was going through school, I started working for this company that manufactured cosmetic products. I ran their PR, and I was good. I kind of found out I won't say hard way, it was easy because I ended up being good. I said, okay, fine. Mixing two passions together, you know, entertainment, PR, merge it together. Fortunately for me, I met Nice, the artist. And when I met him, he was going through, you know, promo, and I kind of dibble-dabbled. He allowed me to toy with some ideas with him, and I found that, okay, I'm good. So I think about 3 years ago, I would say 3 years now, professionally, I decided, okay, you know what, this is something I'm good at. Why not turn it into a career, you know? Why not turn it into something that is profitable, which is, like I said, the business part of me will always, if I see this phone and I see that, okay, maybe I can make money out of touching this phone, I'll find a way to productively do that, you know? And that's how the artist management bit came about. It's been all right. You learn a lot. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about human nature. I've learned a lot about music. I've learned a lot about, you know, I'm coming from a place where it's different. You know, being in the States, the music we listen to is a lot different. And back when I was like growing up, Nigerian music wasn't as appreciated as it is now. So I've learned a lot. I've learned about mixing, mastering, what flavors work. I've learned so, in fact, I just don't know how to produce. But I've learned a lot about our music, and I'm still developing it in my brain. I'm still trying to figure out, okay, what can we do with our music to take it outside of Nigeria? There has to be something that we can touch on, because we have our own style that's very, very unique. Just like Jamaicans have reggae or dance or whatever, we have our own hip-hop. I think the first step is obviously naming our genre of music, which we haven't done. We're calling it Afro hip-hop, pop, whatever. We need to find a name, a specific name for Nigerian hip-hop. Then we now take it further to export it, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. A way forward in getting and exporting our music outside of Nigeria, definitely. It's time, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm very, very sure it's a process, you know. Like 5 years ago, nobody even thought about, okay, when you go to Nigerian parties, you hear foreign music. But now, if you don't play one Nigerian music, you're looking for trouble. If you play foreign music, you're dulling them. So you see the transition there. So I don't know 2 years from now what could be. I believe in 2 years from now, we can, you know, once our own people are appreciating what we have, it'll be easier to export, because people that are abroad, they have friends that are not Nigerian, they can introduce it to them and things like that. So yeah, that's the first step. I still sell my makeup. I have Tony Payne Cosmetics. I do makeup. I have Tony Payne apparel. I do t-shirts and things. I haven't stopped it. I still sell my cosmetics. I made a whole lot of products. I have a batch that's still running now. And once that batch is done, I'm going to rebrand. A lot of people are like, okay, you're not making noise. I'm like, I'm not going to make noise over something that I'm going to eventually rebrand. And then it looks different. No, let this great products, by the way, I use it. But I think it's just step by step. And one thing about me is, no matter how much energy I've put into something, as long as my spirit is telling me chill, I always listen. If my spirit tells me do this one, I do it. I'm an instinct person. I listen to my instincts because it has never failed me. Whenever I go outside of what my instinct is telling me, I get into trouble. And yeah, always listen to my instincts. So with the makeup, it's tangible property. Tangible property is a little different from a shell wall, you know. A shell wall, you're not really putting as much. Like something like makeup, for instance, I can put in like maybe 10 million today, and I'll be collecting it small. Whereas, you know, with music management, you can make your money in bulk, even if you're not putting everything at once. Some of the artists I've managed artists like Zara, W4, Olamide, Adore. I've done PR for people like Nice, Onyeka Nwenu, Densia. So yeah, and I've done corporate PR as well, you know, here and there. I think the industry 5 years from now and now, there's been a very, very huge difference, you know. Let's not even go back 5 years, you know, let's take it a year back. You see the quality in our videos, way different, you know, changes, the way our artists present themselves. Now they're more conscious of branding. Before, nobody was conscious of branding. People were just conscious of, let me get my music heard, they're not more conscious of making money then. Now people are trying to make money. People are more conscious of what they wear, how they behave, what they talk about, how they put themselves out. The perfect example of branding would be somebody like maybe Dare, somebody like D'banj, you know, Mohit or whatever. I wouldn't use the whole Mohit. I'd say maybe a D'banj is the perfect example of how they've managed to brand him into this entertainer. Somebody like Dare has managed to brand himself into this R&B guy, you know, like I'll call him UK R&B guy. There's somebody like Banky is your US R&B guy. You know, they managed to create that niche for themselves, and it's working for them. Somebody like Two-Face, for instance, you know. So everybody has their own thing, and then the upcomings they have people to look up to. And which is good. Before it was like, okay, we're just doing our thing. There's no real, how am I going to put this? There's no real example being set. Yeah, you know, when there's an example being set, obviously it's much easier to get things done. Okay. Well, one thing I pride myself in is I look for talent. A lot of people, you know, they like made artists because it's easier for them. They make money, quick money. I don't look for quick money. It's a passion that I've had. But then the game changes along the way, you know, with people and the way people handle things, human nature. It can make you almost change your mind, you know, in how you deal with people. But it still boils down to one thing, you know, this is what I like doing. I like to see fresh talent get known, because you don't want to hide such. You don't hide good music, you don't hide good talent. It's like you don't waste talent. That's my belief. If you waste talent, it's almost it's a crime. Applaud myself because bravo. You know why I said that? In the space of the time frame I've spent working with these artists and the success they've achieved within that time frame, I would say bravo, because I know a lot of artists that have been working at it for 10 years and they just blew. I haven't been working with Adore up to 2 years. Okay. Olamide, I was working with Olamide like 5 months. You know, wasn't even up to a year. Same thing with Zara, not even up to, you understand? So the time frame we spent to get seen and heard is very, very short compared to a lot of people that have been out there. I hear stories. Some artists will be like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I need help. Sometimes, you understand? So it always makes me thank God, like, oh my God, let me count my blessings. Sometimes people complain like, maybe we should. But when you now hear other people's stories, you're like, you don't even have any problems. Here us, we've only been doing this for 6 months and we're complaining. You know, like our latest PR person that we started handling was Densia. Densia was just a month and she was everywhere. She was everywhere. You know, well, she's unique, so hey. That's the next step. We had a meeting a few weeks back and I was explaining to my crew, I said that's the next step, you know, in terms of this management thing. We've done a lot of Nigeria I think it's time we start focusing on trying to export this music the best way we can. If we put the same energy that we're putting into here, and we try to just pick one place, you know, and hammer them as much as possible, something will come out of it. Somebody will eventually listen, and let's see what comes out of that. And that's one of the goals for this year. Let's start with Africa as a whole. Well, from Africa, we just move gradually to Europe, you know, to the Caribbean, start moving gradually up till it gets like places like the US, you understand? But let's first, a lot of Nigerian artists don't understand something. Music doesn't start and stop in Nigeria. You have other African countries, you have Tanzania, you have Kenya, you have Ghana, that people don't even know you. So why are you stopping just in Nigeria? You understand? So that's it. That's the first step. We take it from Nigeria, take it outside. Let's even go say West Africa. Let's go to North, South, East. You understand what I mean? Then after we've conquered that little space, then we move on to another space, which is maybe, let's say, Caribbeans or something. Conquer that space, move on gradually. It's a gradual process. I've seen some very, very good, talented people. I don't have anybody in mind that I would say I want to work with per se. I don't have anybody in mind. People that I wanted to work with, I've worked with. You know, I love their music. Inspire me to do what I do. If I see somebody that, yes, I want to work with, I'm not shy. I know how to approach people.
Now, what are your future plans, your expectations? What's another year? What are your expectations?
My future plans right now, I want to focus on my mobile radio. It's an internet radio that we've set up where you can listen to the radio, Nigerian music, of course, on your BlackBerry, your iPhones, your computer, PC, whatever. And like I said before, it's still part of that plan of let's take our music, let's export it outside of Nigeria. And that's what we're working on right now. We have the Payne mobile radio, which is on Shoutcast, and you know, you can just search it everywhere. Go to our website. I have read some fantastical stories about myself that I'm like, who's that girl that's talking? It's me, oh yeah, Mogbe. You understand? So I think one thing I've learned, like I said, everything happens for a reason. One thing that I've personally learned from my own experience is never believe anything you read in Niger papers. Confirmed from the horse's mouth. Now I'm very, very skeptical. If they say, Okoya did this, yeah, right. Okoya did not tell me he did it, so I don't believe it. That's my point of view now. If I see Okoya the way we're sitting here now, saying it, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I saw him. I don't take things like that for granted anymore. I used to, like, I'll be like, I read soft cells till I became a victim of soft cells. So I used to read them, buy today, buy this one.
Many stories in Nigeria.
Yeah, they're not, and it's. I'm sorry to say, I know you're a journalist and everything, but I think it's just I studied journalism, you know, as well amongst a lot of other things.
Before you did,
I did psychology, I did journalism, I did video digital art. I did a lot of things when I was in university. And the ethics that come with being a journalist, Nigeria, a lot of us are not practicing it. Journalists outside of Nigeria, they take their job seriously. You can say, okay, let me chase this girl down and get an interview. You can as well have easily said, let me just formulate a story. So it depends on the person. There are a lot of people that are giving that profession a bad name, and there are a lot of people that are still striving to make it look good. You know, that's just the difference in the two. But yeah, like I said, maybe it's helped me avoid a sin, because now that I know that never believe everything you read, maybe I would have judged somebody and sinned against that person and something would have happened to me. I don't know. What's up?